welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. Thank you for listening as always. We'll have a look back at the action from last weekend, starting in the Premier Division. Silverton currently 5 points clear of Galkey United at the top now, after a 4-1 win at Parkgate. Silverton have now won 8 league games in a row and look like they will take some stopping. Second place Galker were held 1-1 at Knaresborough Town, while third place Penistone Church recorded a comfortable 3-0 home win against Bottisford Town. With 2 relegation spots in the league, the bottom 3 of Goole, Winterton Rangers and Knaresborough all seem to be slightly cut adrift now, away from fourth from bottom Bottisford. Knaresborough now 6 points behind them, and Bottisford also have 2 games in hand. There's a risk really that the bottom 3 are getting cut adrift. Knaresborough have now got 9 league games without a win, although the green shoots of recovery may be showing for Goole. The Vikings followed up last weekend's win over Knaresborough with an excellent 1-1 draw at Handsworth. And off the field, it's exciting times for Goole as well, with the redevelopment starting last week of the Victoria Pleasure Ground. They've seen delivery of 2 temporary stands, temporary dressing rooms, and very soon the main stand there will be knocked down completely. Over the next year or so, the whole venue is going to be rebuilt. The athletics track will be moved away from the pitch and down behind one of the goals. New main stand, new parking facilities, and the installation of a 4G pitch. So it's exciting times for Goole. Can they maintain their Premier Division status and start at the new ground in the top division? We will see. In Division 1, Horbury Town are now 8 points clear at the top, keeping yet another clean sheet in a 1-0 win at bottom place Yorkshire Amateur. And we mentioned the clean sheet record of Horbury many times recently because it's quite unusual at this level, but that's 12 clean sheets in 19 games now, and they've conceded just 10 goals all season. We mentioned the clean sheets, so something of a rarity. Horbury now have twice as many as their next best team in the division, Brigg Town, who have 6. So fantastic effort and good solid defence there, giving them plenty to build on. I think the only surprise from that game really was that they only won 1-0 against the bottom place side, who've been struggling recently. I think many people expected it to be a bit more, but sign of a good team when you're maybe not quite at your best, and you can still scrape a win and claim the 3 points. So looking good for Horbury at the moment. Impressively, they're now 13 games without defeat, which again at this level of football takes some doing. In the battle of 2 playoff chasing teams between Athersley Rec and South Leeds, the visitors won 1-0. And South Leeds, again, their first season at this level since coming up from the feeder league, made a really impressive start and now sit 4th in the table. In the playoff positions, they're joined by fellow newcomers Durham District, who sit 2nd. Again, fantastic start for the first season at this level. Wombwell Town, only in their 2nd season at this level, and a surprise package of the season so far to many, Athersley Recreation. After 2 or 3 years of real struggles, to see them up challenging for the playoffs is really good. Another side in good form and moving swiftly up the table are Wakefield, maybe one to keep an eye on. They've now won their last 4 games, and this included a 4-0 win against Appleby Frodingham at the weekend.
Welcome to Seasons Past with Libby Edwards. In this episode, I'm looking back to the 2007-2008 season. The Premier Division contained 15 teams from the previous season, plus promoted from Division 1, Lincoln Moorlands Railway, Nostell Miners Welfare, South Normanton Athletic, Parkgate and Winterton Rangers. The league was won by Winterton Rangers, who won 29 and drew 4 of their 38 games, finishing with 91 points. Their biggest win was a 7-0 home win against Glass Houghton Welfare. Glapwell finished 2nd. They won 23 and drew 9, finishing on 78 points. In 3rd place were Pickering Town, who finished on 73 points. Glass Houghton Welfare finished bottom. 2nd bottom were Lincoln Moorlands Railway, and 3rd bottom were Maltby Main. South Normanton Athletic folded at the end of the season. Newcomers to Division 1 were Barton Town, Bottisford Town and Rainworth Miners Welfare, who joined from the Central Midlands. Leeds Met joined from the West Yorkshire League, and a new formed club to join the league was Scarborough Athletic. The league was won by Dinnington Town. They finished on 78 points, with 24 wins and 6 draws. Runners-up were Hall Road Rangers. They won 22 and drew 1, finishing on 67 points. In third place were Bottisford Town, who finished on 62 points. In the 17-team First Division, Pontefract Collieries finished bottom. Biggest home win of the season was Winterton's 7-0 win against Glass Houghton. Biggest away was Selby Town's 7-0 win at Broadsworth Miners' Welfare. The League Cup was won by Winterton Rangers, who beat Parkgate 3-1 in the final at Staveley. Beaten semi-finalists were Barton Town and Hallam. The President's Cup was won by Liversedge, who defeated Armthorpe Welfare 4-2 on aggregate. Rainworth Miners' Welfare, Dinnington Town and Glapwell made it to the third qualifying round in the FA Cup. Rainworth were beaten by Chase Town. Dinnington fell to Bradford Park Avenue and Glapwell lost to Corby. In the FA Vase, Pickering Town made it to the fourth round. They beat Brandon, Tolaw and Eccleshill. They then lost to Winterton Rangers, but were reinstated when Winterton were thrown out of the competition. In the fourth round they lost to Merstham.
Next up, NCEL Talk. I'll hand straight over to host Aaron Walton.
Right, hello gents. So today we've got Bob and we've got Si and myself, Aaron. So hello gentlemen.
Good evening.
Hello. Hello. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the usual thing. We'll go through the games. We'll have a look at the league tables. We'll have a look at the weekend and next week's fixtures, and we'll have our team of the week because we've got plenty to talk about. So let's get the ball rolling, as they speak. Premier Division. Now, Friday, Bob, before you start with Friday. So
Yeah,
Bradfordian derby with the Campion hosting Albion Sports. And Friday night football definitely is good because for Albion to get a crowd of 227, that's good.
It is a good crowd.
That's really good.
Yeah, no disrespect to Albion at all because they play good football. They're a well-run club. They just can't seem to attract fans. So that's brilliant. And so a very late goal from Ellis Wade of Albion take all 3 points back to Cemetery Road. BD6, didn't it? So
Yeah,
Albion are having
90th
minute. They're having a good season. So I don't know about you guys, but I think these two teams will be up there at the business end of the season. I think so. Probably that's a kiss of death to both teams there. Division 1, so 3 games on Friday night, because Friday night is footy night. Ilkley kept the good form up, beating the Rail 3-1. Nostell beat Durnan District. Oh, no, they didn't. They drew 0-0. What am I talking about? Wrong line there. Doesn't take me long to mess it up, does it? So, and Wasborough and Wombwell. And a bumper crowd, 3-3. They got the money's worth. A bumper crowd for the Briggers at Park Road. I'm not sure what they got, but it was a big crowd.
292. I've made a note.
Wow, what a great crowd. I want to talk about Wasborough later. So well done to Wasborough, getting Wombwell into a draw 3-3 there. So let's go on.
We knocked the wheels off Wombwell, didn't we, see, on the Tuesday when we beat them, so they were still wobbling a bit. So
I think there was, yeah. So
we weakened them for Wasborough, that's what it was.
Yes, definitely. All the W's. Right, Saturday. So if we start with the Prem, Hallam beat Eccleshill 3-2. Now, Hallam seemed to have had it all wrapped up, didn't they, at 3-0. Then 2 late goals from the Eagles made for a tense finish. 421 there at Hallam. They really do get the crowd in, don't they? So Hallam's still on a good run. Handsworth and goal. Bob, over to you.
Right.
1-1. Great game.
Well, great game. Yeah, we played well in that. Is it 3G or 4G? I mean, compared to some of our previous games this season, we looked organised. We defensively we was organised. We've not always said that this season. And it was a good game end to end. 0-0 at half time. But our keeper played well in the first half. Luke, he probably had his keepers in it because Handsworth were pressing, being the home team. 0-0 at half time. Then Handsworth took the lead early in the second half. But then we equalised through Shane Maguire, made it 1-1, and it could have been end of his game. But then in the 79th minute, our new signing, Mark West, he was involved with a scuffle with one of their defenders, and the referee sent him off.
Oh my God!
Much to our dismay, and he's got a 3-match ban now, which is a hefty blow to the club when we just signed him. But that's football for you. But the referee, I mean, there was battling between themselves, them and the defender, and so anyhow, the referee, in his wisdom, decided to send Mark West off. So, but we held out. Yeah. We held out, and it was a good point at the end of the day. We'd have taken that before we went.
Yeah,
no doubt about that.
So it was important that you got a draw as well, because Knaresborough drew 1-1 with Golka, and that was a real good point for Knaresborough. And Winterton, didn't they? They drew with Frickley, and Frickley scored right at the very end, didn't they?
Yeah, I made a note to myself. Them equalising really was a relief for us, but not for them probably, Winterton. But
yeah.
So it still kept them, Winterton and Knaresborough, on 12 points, and we're on 9, so we still got 3-point gap.
Yeah. It's getting fruity down at the bottom, isn't it? So they say.
Too fruity, really, for us.
Too fruity. So we'll look at the other games. Parkgate lost at home to the impressive Silsden 4-1. So Silsden's good form continues. And Penistone Church beat Botsford 3-0. 254 there at Penistone. So again, the good people of Penistone, I say it every week when they play at home, they get behind their team. Well done there. Beverley Town, I want to talk about Beverley Town. They keep up their impressive form by a good win away at Pickering 2-0. It's always a difficult place to go, isn't it, Bob?
It certainly is, and that is a first-class result for Beverley.
With their slightly uneven pitch at Pickering.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a good result for Beverley, who really kicked in some good form now, I think. And the last game, there's a couple more. Rossington lost to Barton 2-1. Unfortunately, I wasn't at the game, but I've got all my little spies out, and it was 2-0. And then Brad Grayson pulled one back on the 90th minute. However, somebody tells me that Rossington had one cleared off the line. So it was Jack Bullis. Our good Jack Bullis cleared one off the line, and it could have been 2-2. So a really good defensive performance and a good attacking performance from Barton to win 2-1. I think Barton are making steady progress under Anthony Bosley and at Barton. They're getting up there. I think they're about 8th now, so that's pretty good for Barton. Steady away. Thackley, they beat Tadcaster 2-1 again with a late penalty settling it. So there's a lot of late penalties, weren't there? Saturday. So the referees must have been busy. 223 there at Thackley, so they're doing something right. I know they're winning, but they're obviously doing something right off the pitch as well, because they're really turning it round with the crowds. Because I think, I don't know about you guys, but the benchmark is about 200, isn't it, for this step 5 and step 6? I think if you're getting over 200, you're doing well.
Yeah,
so definitely. So that's Thackley, and we said Winterton, they got a vital point home to Frickley, who left it late to get a point. So let's go into size territory then. Div 1, Athersley lost late on at home to South Leeds 1-0. Again, a penalty. So
late one as well, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Thick and fast, these. So Louth lost by the odd goal in 7 to Glasshoughton, 4-3.
But there's a story there, isn't there?
Is there?
Yeah.
Go on then. What's the story? Morning Glory.
Sorry, probably not. But Louth was 3-1 up, and Glasshoughton had 2 men sent off in the second half.
You're joking.
No, and then they came back to win 4-3.
Dear me, what happened to Louth?
With our ex-striker, Liam Flanagan, scoring in the 90th minute to win it.
Wow, in it to win it. So well done, Liam
Brilliant.
Flanagan.
Yes,
So
9 men. It's
that
remarkable.
that has got to be up there for performance of the week, hasn't
But
it?
we'll see at
I
the
think
end.
We'll see
I
at
think
the end.
personally, if anything, if I was going to give it to, I'd give it to their fans that I went to the away one there because Laos a long way to go. To get all that way, you'd be 3-1 down and down to 9 men. You're going to be thinking you've gone all that way for nothing. So I bet they really enjoyed the back end of that match.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done,
Yeah.
well done to Glass Houghton.
And the crowd,
Yeah,
the crowd was 64. So they got the money's worth there, didn't they?
they certainly did. They certainly did. So that was the Louth and Glass Houghton. Maltby lost out to Dronfield 2-1 at Muglet Lane. Shelley and Brigg played out a 2-2 draw, and Swallownest lost at home to Armthorpe 4-1. So Swallownest are dropping down there a little bit. Over to you, Simon. Wakey and Appleby Frodingham.
Yeah, a bit of a change. Obviously, we'd beaten Bunwell the week before up at the top end of the table. Appleby down at the bottom end, just 3 points above Yorkshire Amateur now after that 4-0 defeat. Yeah, it was a good solid game. It's a, as I said previously. Now we've got these two, the new manager Steve Bodlin and Lee Needham as an assistant, getting used to playing their style of football, a bit more direct on the front foot, not quite as much passing it round at the back, and it's starting to take shape. And yeah, it's got a lot of support. The beliefs there again now, and at the moment, full steam ahead.
And as you would say, cite 4 different scorers.
Yeah, always good to see.
Yeah.
Jaden keeps popping up with a goal every now and again. Jimmy Ailes got one of them. He's left during the week.
Oh, right.
Um,
Where's he gone?
um,
Anywhere? Had he gone anywhere?
I did see something, but I can't remember what it was now, so I can't
Yeah,
quote you on that one.
yeah.
And new signing Callum Brooks. That's 2 goals in 2 games for him now.
Oh, excellent. So that's onwards and up for Wakey. You're going up the right end of the table now, Si. I see. So that's good for
Hopefully
Wakey.
getting there.
Yeah, I think you definitely are. So, and
Speaking of the top end,
yeah, Yorkshire Amateurs narrowly losing out to High Flying Horbury 1-0 again. A late goal from one of your ex-players, Billy Mole.
he is.
So,
Yeah.
so that's either Horbury weren't playing too good or Yorkshire Amateurs really up the game. But like you said, Si, a couple of weeks ago, they're only losing by the odd goal, aren't they? So
And the other phrase we always use, the 2 phrases we always have on this show, is either fine margins
yeah,
or consistently inconsistent. They're the 2 that we keep
yeah,
using.
yeah.
And
Oh, Bob,
Yorkshire Amateur are just needing to get that little boost, don't they?
yeah, Bob's got one as well. We played well in the first half and went to pieces in the second half.
But we did last Saturday. No, we played well.
I know. I'm only joking, my friend.
Yeah.
So if we look at midweek, because there's quite a bit happening midweek. Now, Beverley Town beat Botsford 2-1, 337 at the Norwood, 0-0 at half time. But there was a very contentious decision. There was a Botsford man through on goal and brought down. Now, the assistant was flagging like there was no tomorrow, but the ref played on, stating that there was a coming together. I thought I've seen the footage and it looks very harsh on Botsford. And Mike Thompson, the Botsford manager, he wasn't very happy at all, and he's usually one of the calmest men on the touchline, but he certainly wasn't happy with the referee there. So I've seen the footage, and it looks a bit harsh on Botsford, I must admit. So to lose out 2-1 to High Flying Beverley with a decision, I don't know. You get some of them, you don't get some of them, but it's gutting when you get one against you, isn't it? As we've all had them, haven't we? We've all had them. So, but Bob, I'm back over to you.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's funny you should say about decisions. I mean, we lost 1-0 to Campion the other night on Tuesday night, but we played really, really well. In fact, we actually played better than Campion. I mean, even after the game, their chairman and the supporters and their management team said, "Well, you played really well. You should have won that," but we didn't. But we scored. Our Shea Maguire, he scored in the first half. They ruled it offside, but it was a very tight decision. If that would have gone 1-0 up, then if that had been stood. But then it was 0-0 at half time, and then Campion, they got the goal in the 70th minute, make it 1-0. But we hit the post, we're clear off the line. We just need to get our shooting boots on. But it was very, very encouraging. I mean, the last two games, Handsworth, that's not an easy place to go to, and Campion isn't. So, and we've only conceded 2 goals in them 2 games, so that's a big improvement on our defence when we've been conceding 4 or 5 in some games. So, hopefully, we're going the right way, and we'll turn these performances into results.
Well, on Saturday, mate, you've got a massive game, haven't you, as they would say? Massive.
Yeah.
We'll come on to that later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we will. Yeah.
So, and then,
but I'll tell you something. There's in Bradford, we were playing all the game, and the fireworks were going off all the time. There must have been about 2 hours. So, which wasn't great, really, when the fireworks keep going off. I don't know if it distracted some of the players. I don't know,
Well, some of them are quite loud, them fireworks, aren't they? Like mortarbombs.
Yeah, and they're very close, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's that big field behind, isn't there? I bet there was a few fires on there behind you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely,
yeah. Result of the night, though. I know. Obviously, Gould have played really well to keep Campion down to 1-0, and nearly, as you say, Bob, it was a little bit unlucky. But Frickley beating High Flying Thackley 3-0. That's got to be a good result. So Frickley are sort of turning it round a little bit, aren't they now? So trying to pull away from the bottom a bit.
That was the first match where Tom Clace, he's taken over, isn't he? He was in charge.
Yes, he has, hasn't he? Yeah, he was. Well, Tom's had more clubs than Arnold Palmer, hasn't he? But he's got
ours.
Yeah, he's been at everybody's, hasn't he? But he's got such a lot of experience around step 5 and step 6, hasn't he? I mean, that's a good appointment. So well done, Tom, on your first points. So if we go on to Division 1 then, midweek, Louth 2, Wasborough 2, a battling point for the Briggers. They're up to 13th and now 7 unbeaten. So their form's up, the crowds are up at the Totally Training Stadium. Lee Morris has got these lads buzzing, hasn't he, on the pitch? And Chairman Mark Booth and his band of volunteers are working wonders off it, aren't they? So well done to Wasborough. I said I'd give them a mention, and I have, and I think they're doing very well. Have you seen them this season, Si?
Not yet, no. The only time we've played them was in the League Cup when we lost on penalties.
Yeah.
Which, again, good result for them is that one. But yeah, they're going steady away about their business, just steadily making progress up the table now. And obviously, 90th minute equaliser on that one as well.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So, again, a late one, but well done to Wasborough, and they're going the right way about it. Wednesday, so Maltby beat Athersley 2-1, didn't they, with a couple of...
Just go back a minute. Science team played on Tuesday night as well, didn't they?
I know they did. I'm going to get to that, Bob.
All right. You've gone on to Wednesdays. I know,
but I'm going to go back to the... I'm going to go back to the cups in a minute. You know me, I'm all over the place. Right. I hadn't slept for 3 days, mate. So Wednesday, Stone Maltby beat Athersley 2-1 with a couple of late deliveries from Josh Stead. Double bubble, 80th and 90th minute. So Maltby back on the horse. So now, Bob, we're going to go back to the cup game. So Wakefield were playing, weren't they, Si? And who were you playing?
We were away at Club Thorn. Well, we were away at Club Thorn, but at Gainsborough.
And
because they use it as we said last week when it came through during our recording, Club Thorn for the time being are using Gainsborough Trinity's ground.
Yeah.
So yeah, we and obviously they're doing well in the FA Cup.
They are
against Harrogate Town.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was an okay match. It was a win. It wasn't fireworks on the pitch, but they were off it because we saw a few nearby, just like Bob did. But it wasn't the greatest of matches to talk about. But a win's a win. We're through, and at least we didn't have 100-mile round trip to come away with nothing.
Exactly. Nice ground, isn't it, Gainsborough's?
It's very nice, actually. Yeah. Are they step 3, something like that?
I think they will be step 1, 2, either step 2 or step 3. I think they're step 3. I think they're step 3 now.
Yeah, Northern Premier League. Yeah.
Yeah. So they've. I've seen Gainsborough when they were in Step 2. I must admit, when I used to go watch North Ferriby a bit. So that's good. And who was the other cup game, Bob?
The other cup game. Hang on, let me tell my page.
Dronfield
Dronfield.
lost 5-0 to Glossop North End in the Derbyshire Senior Cup second round.
So
Sorry to take you as thunder there, Bob. I wasn't sure if you'd got it.
No. I don't think I've written that one down.
So I think Glossop are a little bit higher up in their steps, aren't they? I think are they step 5? I'm not sure.
I think they're step 5, obviously, but in the northwest, aren't they? They'll be northwest counties, I think.
Yeah. So that's well. So let's have a look at the league tables then. So I'll tell you what. We'll start off with Division 1. So we've got Horbury at the top with 50 points. That's phenomenal, isn't it? This early on in the season with 50 points. Wow. Do you think they're going to break the 100? Do you think they're going to get in 3 figures?
Could do, couldn't they? Where they're going on?
Got 42 games, haven't they? So they're not far off. Yeah, if they keep this, they'd have to have a similar, obviously, back end of the season of what they've got now. But it's not undoable. But they've not had a wobbly run yet, have they?
Not yet. And you've got every club at this level has one, don't they? I don't care what you say. Everybody has a bit of a wobble through one thing and another. So they're on 50 at the top. You've got an 8-point gap at this early stage with Durnan District on 42. So they're new boys in the league, so they're doing well. Winwell on 39 points.
Two games in hand there as well.
Yeah, 2 games in hand, yeah. South Leeds on 33 points. I might possibly go and see South Leeds. I think they're at Brig on Saturday. I think I might go and have a watch, see what South Leeds are all about. And then Maltby on 32. And then you've got a little pack chasing, haven't you? You've got Athersley, who are having a super season, 32 points. Ilkley, another new boys, on 31 points. Brig on 30. And Wakefield in the right end of the table now on 28 points. So,
with games in hand.
Yeah, so it's looking good. So you've got, at the bottom, you've got Yorkshire Amateurs on 4. You've got Appleby Froningham on 7. Nostell on 13. And Swallownest on 16. So looks like a couple of teams are getting cut adrift early on, aren't they, really, with Appleby Froningham and Yorkshire Amateurs. But Yorkshire Amateurs are not losing by many, as we've said, are they?
No, they're not. They're just like us, they just can't find the scoring book at the moment.
Yeah. So there's hope for them yet. So if we go into the Prem, it's very tight. We've got Silsden at the top with 39. We've got Golker and Penistone on 34. Thackley on 32. Albion on 31. And then just closely behind, Hallam on 28. Beverley on 27. And then Barton on 20. Can't read my own writing. I think it's 23. 23, yeah. 23. Yeah, a little bit further down. So, at least, yeah. So there's that little chasing pack there. And then at the bottom, again, it's really tight at the bottom, isn't it? You've got Goal on 9, Winton and Knaresborough 12 each, Bottisford on 18 and Pickering on 19. So I think there might be other clubs pulled into it. You never know. But I think Goal, Winton and Knaresborough are just starting to turn that corner a bit, so they could drag Bottisford and Pickering into it. I don't know. What do you think, Bob?
Well, we could do, but we've got to look after ourselves, haven't we? And
yeah.
And as you say, on Saturday, we go to Winterton, so it's second bottom playing bottom. So that is definitely a 6 pointer.
Definitely a 6 pointer. So you're going to the mini MKM Stadium.
We are, and we need a result. We need a result. Well, we definitely don't need to. We don't really need to lose it. We need a result because Winterton and Knaresborough, they're 3 points in front, but they have 2 games in hand. So it's a great for us as a goal supporter. It's a game we need to win. Whether we'll or not, I don't know, but time will tell. But I just want to mention this our supporters club. They're putting on a bus, so they've got a 49-seater bus coming. So there are plenty of fans cheering them on, which is good.
That's good. Well, just enjoy the food at Winton because I'll have to say I'm a bit of a connoisseur of food, and Winton's probably the best food you're going to get at any league ground. Some people will ring in and say no, it's not, but just it's absolutely wonderful, the food there. Really good, really good. So that's that game. So let's preview some other games then. Now, and I'm going to preview it. And to Bob's satisfaction, I'll start with Friday nights. So, as we say, Friday night is footy night. Tadcaster play Barton at the Young Guns Arena. So that'll be a good game for Taddy and Barton. And Division 1 sees Shelley take on Club Thorn. So a couple of games on a Friday night. We've got the FA Vars, haven't we, on Saturday? Round 2. So Albion, they play the North West Counties League, Padiham. Padiham are 5 unbeaten. Do you know where Padiham is? I know you like your geography, boys. But I bet it's near Burnley. I'll tell you firmly. I'll tell you sternly. I don't ever want to go to Burnley because what they do there don't concern me. Bit of John Cooper Clark for you. So that's Albion and Padiham. Ashville take on Woonwell Town. 2 points if you can tell me where Ashville is.
Derbyshire?
No, you're very cold.
Lancashire.
Getting warmer. Merseyside.
Merseyside?
Yeah, Merseyside, yeah.
That's a good journey.
Well, Bobby will get this one right. Alan play New Mills. Where's New Mills?
Yeah. New Mills, that was in near Glossop, Derbyshire, wasn't it?
Yeah, Derbyshire. And Silsden play... you did it. And Silsden play Ramsbottom United.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, won't it? So,
I was just going to say, New Mills 2 rounds ago, they knocked us out, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
And then they played Yorkshire and beat them as well.
Yeah, so I think they're ready for. I think Alan will. Come on, Alan, beat them.
They've been unlucky with the draws. New Mills seem to get drawn away every time, but they seem to come through.
They do, don't they? Yeah, yeah. I think Alan will give them a test.
Oh yeah, be a good crowd. Be a good crowd.
It will, yeah. So
because the Sheffield Derby's on Sunday.
Right, yeah.
So therefore they'll get well supported, I would imagine.
Oh, let's hope they get a good crowd out at Sandygate there for Craig Denton and his boys. So that's the FA Vars. Good luck to all the NCEL teams, and especially good luck to Woonwell because they're the Division 1 team, the only one left in it. So well done to Woonwell, and hopefully they'll enjoy the trip to Merseyside to take on Ashville. Premier League, Campion play Beverley Town. That should be a good game. We'll see. That'll be a little chalk test for Beverley to see how far they've come and the performances. Eccleshill play Penistone, another good game. Knaresborough and Handsworth, Parkgate and Frickley, Pickering and Golka, Rossington and Bottisford, and as we've said before, Bob, a real 6-pointer at the mini MKM Stadium. It's Winterton versus Goole. So some good games in that Prem. Let's have a look at Div 1. Armthorpe, who are they playing?
They're playing Wakey.
So that'll be a good game. You've been to Armthorpe, haven't you?
Been a couple of times before. I'm not sure if I'll make this one, but I've been a couple of times before. Nice little ground, that.
It is a nice little ground, that one. I've been before. Brig play South Leeds. That's the game I'm hoping to get to on Saturday.
That's a good playoff battle, is that one?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I want to have a look at South Leeds to see what they're all about. Durn and District play Selby. That'll be a good game. Drumfield and Nostell. Glasshoughton and Maltby. Oh, that'll be a good one, won't it? The Harrogate Railway play Louth. Aubrey and Ilkley.
That'll be a good one as well.
Good test for Ilkley to see how they're doing.
Yeah, good.
A bit of a sticky patch lately of Ilkley. They've dropped a few points where you'd have expected them to pick up wins. I think there was one with Dronfield recently.
Yeah.
So it will be good, but it'll still be a good test for Horbury, will that one, because they're a tough team.
Definitely are. And Swallownest and Athersley, and Worsborough versus Yorkshire Amateurs. So that's the Saturday games all sorted out. There's a few midweek games as well, isn't there, boys? The NCEL League Cup, Selby versus Knaresborough. Selby fancy the chances there, I think.
Yeah.
And Thackley play Handsworth in an all Premiership tie. You just could go either way, that one really. And in the Prem, Hallam play Golka, another tidy, tasty tie there. And Silsden play Pickering. So there's a lot of games and a lot of football to be played in the next week, isn't there?
Certainly is.
So what we're looking at then is we're going to have a look at our team of the week. So I'm going to go with Bob. You've got a big smile on your face, Bob. So who's your team of the week?
Well, I was going to pick Beverley because they've won 2-0 away at Pickering last Saturday, then 2-1 at home to Bottisford. But any team who are 3-1 down at half time and then go down to 9 men in the second half and come back to win 4-3 with a goal in the last minute to win it must be my team of the week. So I'm going to go for Glassalton.
You're going for Glassalton. That's a good choice, Bob, that one. What about you, Si?
I'm going for Frickley with their win at Thackley because they really needed that one. Oh, win at home at Thackley, sorry.
Yeah.
Because they really needed that win. They've been on a bit of a bad run. They'd lost, from memory, I think it was about 5-0 or something the week before.
Yeah.
And it was starting to look like the season were turning against them. New man in charge, hit the ground running, 3 goals in the second half. Exactly what you need if you're them, because they needed those points and they got them.
Exactly. So that's one for Glassalton and one for Frickley. Well, I've mentioned them. For me, I've mentioned them a few times this week, and it's Wasborough Bridge, just for their ongoing form. I think they're going the right way. They're doing everything the right way off the field and on the field. 7 unbeaten, I think, at the moment. So well done, Wasborough. And they're going the right way up the league because they were struggling a little bit early on, weren't they? They were down near the bottom.
Yeah.
So I think they're going the right way. So well done, Wasborough. You've got my vote. So hopefully you'll kick on. So that's all 3. So
I think very close, Beverley Town. No, they didn't get any of our votes, but I think all 3 of us probably put them maybe in second or something like that because they've had a solid week as well.
They have.
Yeah.
They're going the right way at Beverley, and under the tutorship of Dave Ricardo and my good friend, Mr. Mulligan, Steve Mulligan, who I used to work with many years ago. I've never had such fun. He's a purveyor of lots of jokes, is Steve. He does lots of jokes. So well done to Beverley. And they're getting the fans as well, aren't they, at Beverley, at the Norwood?
Yeah, they're well supported.
Really well
Growing very
supported.
nicely, is that club?
Yeah, really good addition to the NCEL, I think, at Beverley Town. And they're playing good colours as well, sky blue. So, so have we been to any different grounds this few weeks? You've been to Campion, Bob, haven't you? Is that the first time you've been to Campion?
No, went to Campion last year, but the car park is we were lucky. We've got one spot again. It's only a small car park, but it's a nice setup there. It's got a lovely bar and the food. The lady did the food was good, really good. Nice setup.
Oh, good.
But
So they've done a little bit.
There's a bit of slope on the pitch, if you ever noticed it as well, from left to right. I think it was.
Yeah. Last time I went, Bob, it was chucking it down with rain. There was no roof, virtually no roof on the stand where I was. I was getting absolutely soaked. We were getting absolutely shellacked.
Yeah.
I was fed up.
Last year when we went, it was absolutely, it threw it down all the time, and it was wind and rain. At least it was dry the other night. So that was something, But
they've done a little bit of work. Have they done a little bit of work to the ground as well?
Yeah, I think they are. I think they have. They've made a bit, trying to extend the stand a bit, I think.
Yeah.
But it's as you know, it's slow progress with things like trying to do ground improvements.
Definitely. They've got very nice facilities, like you say, the catering and halftime hospitality, and that's really nice. So, and obviously, Si's been to Gainsborough, so that's a super ground at Gainsborough, isn't it?
It is, and a quick shout out for the team that we went to last week, who have made improvements as well. Won well, because we went there towards the back end of last season, and in that short space of time over the summer, they've made some great improvements. They've got sort of fencing all the way around now. They've got hard standing, good little stand, upgraded the clubhouse and what have you. So they're doing nice work there as well. So they're one of those teams that's just improving their facilities year on year.
So we've got a few big thumbs up to teams such as Wombwell and Campion, who are all going the right way with the ground improvements. Because, like Bob says, it's difficult because money's hard to come by, and volunteers are worth their weight in gold, aren't they? If you get a good core volunteer,
yeah.
I mean, we do tend to struggle, don't we, at this level to get volunteers. And when you get good volunteers, that's half the battle, really, isn't it?
A good volunteer is worth the weight in gold.
Absolutely.
If you've got a volunteer missing on a match, then you've got to try and plug that gap. It's never easy, It's worth the weight in gold.
It is, and I've had that a few times where we've had people on holiday or this, that, and the other that they're away, and I've had to do 2 or 3 jobs. And you want to speak to people, don't you? And you don't want to be ignorant, but you've just got to say, "I've got to go. I've got to do this. I've got to do that."
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because without the volunteers, matches wouldn't take place. Clubs wouldn't be able to function.
Yeah. So, and another big up to all the volunteers. If you're listening, well done, guys. Thanks for giving your time up. You're doing a really, really good job, and as Bob says, volunteers are worth the weight in gold. I know people grumble and moan about things, but if you didn't have your volunteers, you won't have a game. So, a bit like the referees, isn't it? We have a go at the referees, but if you didn't have a referee, you wouldn't have a game, would you?
You certainly wouldn't. Yeah.
And we won't have anybody to chunt at, would we?
No,
I think I'd be more than Junta.
I've got to be careful what I say, but yeah. So well, I think we've covered everything, haven't we, tonight? So
just a quick update before we fly off. The VPG
on your ground, yeah. Because I was just going to ask you before we went, how was it going?
Yeah, well, I was round there on Friday, and I was just putting the dressing rooms in. Big crane there, put the dressing rooms in. An hospitality and bar. It's nowhere as big as one went before. And the officials for the referees and linesmen, and they've got a 50-seater standing now. I put something on
standing. Yeah, I thought it was a little garden shed for the officials, wasn't it?
Well, there's 2 actually. There's one for male and one for female. There's
you got 2. That? Yeah, you have, because there's quite a few ladies officiating now, and they're doing a superb job.
Yeah, but it's all got to be plumbed in and put electrics in, so it's going to be a while yet. But it's moving. It's moving. Things are happening, so that's good.
So, are you still playing home games then, Bob?
We are. We all being well. We'll still be playing using on the 16th. We'll be using this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be using the same facilities.
Yeah.
But we'll know more next week as time goes on.
Yeah. Well, at least there's some progress there, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's good.
And what was good with this new 50-seater stand, there's another one coming as well. It's got the club's crest on it as well. So
yes, You put
nice touch.
Yeah, it looks good. You put some pictures up, Bob, and I had a look. Now I did comment. I thought it looked really nice. It's the sort of thing I like to see.
It gives you.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.